Yeah, I can see your Refund Retriever screen.
My name is Brian Gibbs. I'm the president of Refund Retriever. So we are a FedEx and UPS shipment auditing company. We basically look at your weekly FedEx and UPS invoices. We look for late packages and other billing mistakes. Whenever we find a package that's, say, a late package, we contact FedEx and UPS for you guys on your behalf. We follow up on it, make sure they give you back the money, back to your account. With UPS, it goes to the future invoice. With FedEx, the same invoice. So I'm just going to show you real quick just some of the details on what we do here. So with every FedEx and UPS package you send out, it's guaranteed to arrive on time or it's free. So even if it's 60 seconds late, you're entitled to a full refund. This is for FedEx and UPS Express Ground International. The only things that are excluded from this are Smart Post and like the mail innovations. So those are services, you know, where USPS has final delivery control and it's out of their hands, so they don't have a guarantee on them. But even FedEx and UPS ground home delivery, there's a guarantee on those. There's restrictions within this. We basically have a 15-day time period to get refunds on your late packages. With UPS, it's 15 days from the day it should have got there. With FedEx, it's 15 days from the day of the invoice. And there's also exceptions within this. So that, you know, if there's a weather delay or customs delay, anytime there's like a factor that's not in the carrier's control, we can't get a guaranteed service refund on it. And as far as the other billing mistakes, there's about a 6-month time limit on those. So we also look for duplicate charge, bogus address corrections, residential surcharges. We look at your Saturday delivery fees to make sure that package, you know, either was shipped out on a Saturday or arrived on a Saturday. If we see anything that's incorrect there, we get to UPS or FedEx for you and have it fixed. The way it works is we basically download all your invoices each week. We track and estimate all your shipments. We determine what is an actual late package. Then we look within the tracking to see if there is a reason that the package was late that, you know, was outside of the carrier's control. We'll contact FedEx and UPS for each refund request, and then we go back to FedEx and UPS after we've already disputed and make sure that they gave you the refund. UPS, it'll appear on the next invoice. With FedEx, it'll appear on the original invoice. So with FedEx, they'll appear in the Invoice History. So you can log into your FedEx online billing. You can go to that invoice number, and in the Invoice History, it'll show you exactly what tracking number, the day that we disputed it, the reason we disputed it, and how much you got back from the carrier. With UPS, it'll be on the next invoice. It'll have a specific section, guaranteed service refund, and then if you click on that link, it'll have all of the tracking numbers listed out as well, and the amount refunded. We also have lots of reports and analytics that we can show you. We can give you a lot of access and visibility into what your weekly, monthly, yearly shipping is, more than just looking at an invoice to see, okay, well, I paid $7,000 this past month. That's great. We can tell you exactly, you know, how many packages you shipped out for certain services, how much you're billed for that service, and we'll show you the exact discount percentage that you got off of the published rates. So we can tell you your UPS ground commercial, like in this example here, you shipped out 478 packages, and your discount was about a 24% discount. So you know exactly where your dollar spent actually went. We can also tell you other things like dim weights are a big concern now for every shipper because every single package you send out is going to be rated by the dimensional size. So dimensional size, of course, is the length times the width times the height of that box divided by a dim divisor, and that's set in your contract. Typically it's about 166, and they keep moving it down, of course, because the smaller the divisor is, the more they can charge you guys. So we'll tell you exactly what your tracking numbers are, what the dimensions were, how much your billed weight was versus your entered weight. So we can tell you, here's a package that originally this was only a 43-pound package, but because of the size of the box you used, it was 52 pounds. So we can tell you what packages you're shipping out that you're paying more weight than it actually weighed. Other examples are accessorial fees. A lot of people see these in each individual tracking number, but they don't really look to see what they paid for additional handling fees or the adult signatures, delivery surcharges. We're able to pull those out for you for a specific invoice and say, okay, you had this many accessorial fees, this is how much it cost you. We'll tell you the net charge, we'll tell you the average charge also, what you paid for extended area surcharge. You had 19 of these charges, it cost you $570, about $30 a piece. And also we can give you a general invoice summary, tell you, how many new packages were on an invoice, how much you paid, what your incentives were for that invoice, the total bill rate, how many packages. Just going to give you an outline of what you paid for that invoice and what was in it, how many commercial packages, how many residential packages, how many express versus ground, what zone you're shipping to, cost per pound shipped. A lot of different analytics you can look at. We also have other things before I open up for questions. We do some reporting called small parcel benchmarking where we can actually take what your shipping rates are and compare those to similar size clients for you just to let you know if you're getting a good deal on your, say, your UPS ground. We'll say, okay, you shipped out in the past 6 months 10,000 UPS ground packages. This was your actual discount rate, and here's what some other people are getting for their UPS ground pack. You can see if you're getting a good deal compared to other people, or if you need to ask for a better rate. We have tons of different reports and analytics to look at. Like I said, your cost per pound shipped, your volumes, what zones you're going to. That way, if you want to go renegotiate with the carrier, you have a lot more information than just a stack of invoices. We can make that stack of invoices into a nice one little page piece of paper, and you can see what your real volume is for every service, what the discount you're getting now, how many accessorial fees, because everything's negotiable. Whenever you go, you can negotiate the discount rates. You can negotiate what your residential fees are, your Saturday delivery fees, insurance rates. You can negotiate that with them, and we're just trying to give you guys more information to be a little bit better educated about what you did historically to move forward with your business. And that's it for me, so I'm going to open it up to questions.
This is Manish again. If anybody has any question, please put that in the questions box. Brian answered them for you, because Brian, you were very clear. Everybody has understood very clearly.
Great. We've been doing this since 2006. We're very, very good at what we do. We don't do any of the actual contract negotiation or anything. We're strictly UPS and FedEx auditing invoices. We do one thing. We do it very, very well.
Okay. There's a question. Craig is asking, how much does the service cost? How do you go about getting a quote for the service?
Our fee is basically a performance-based fee, where if we don't get you any refunds in a certain month, we don't charge you anything. Being a Atandra client, you get a discount offer. Typically, our fee is 50% of whatever we save you. So if we save you $100 in a certain month, we send you an invoice for 50. And on that invoice, it'll tell you exactly what the tracking number is, the reason we got the refund, where you can find that refund on what invoice. Being an Atandra customer, you get a better discount. You get a 5% discount off of that. You see a little bit more benefit being a customer of Atandra, and keep more of the refunds for yourself. But again, there's no contract. If you don't like our service, the day after you sign up, you're free to give us a call or email. We stop auditing.
Great. Craig has a follow-up question. What is the average refund you get for customers? Do you have some numbers you can share?
Yeah, our savings historically are a range of 2 to 5%. The more ground service that you ship out, the lower the rate is, just because there is a longer time to get that package there. So I say anywhere from 2 to 3% for majority ground. As you go express, our percentages are higher, anywhere from 2 to 4%. When you're doing more international packages, international express, it goes up anywhere from 5 to 7% of a refund rate for those. So I tell people anywhere 2 to 4% is what you can expect in physical savings each week. That is, it's not going to be a 2 to 4% every single week, because there's some weeks in the supply chain that UPS and FedEx are very efficient. A lot of their packages are on time. Then there's other weeks where, there's a weather delay. Like this week, there was a weather delay in Kentucky that slowed down the UPS World Port. So even though that weather delay was only in Kentucky, it caused a ripple effect across the U.S. So even packages in California and the Northwest are late just because of the delay in Kentucky. You might have some weeks where we might get you 1 or 2 refunds total, then the next week you might see 50. So it's real dependent on what's going on in their supply chains. Around Christmas was a really busy time for us because of all the delays, of course, and our percentages went up.
Great. And I may add, the beauty of the service, what we have heard from some other customers, is it is basically at no cost to you. You have savings. So it is basically something like it runs in the background, and if they save you money, only then you pay for the service. So which is what some of the customers have liked. Just wanted to add that.
Yeah, getting set up we have a sign-up sheet that you fill out online, provide us with the information, and once we get that, if we get the proper authentication to get into the invoices, we're up and running. We'll have invoices downloaded and processing by that evening. Hopefully there'll be refunds on your account that next day. Filling out everything takes 2 or 3 minutes, and we're in the background. And even on those months that we don't get you any refunds, say everything's on time or everything had a late valid delay and we don't send you an invoice, we're still going to provide you with a login ID and password so you can still see all of your reports and analytics. Those are free. So you can always log in, see what was disputed, what got denied.
Right. Question from Craig, how do we contact you? Craig, there is a link on our website. We'll also send out an email after this, so you should have that information. William is asking, we ship about 40 to 50 packages per week, 70% ground, 20% international. I think 10% is 3 to 2 days. Is this enough volume for your service to help us?
Yes. It doesn't matter really what your shipping volume is. Everything on our end is automated, so it doesn't matter for us if we're pulling down an invoice with 50 packages in a week or 50,000 packages. We're still going to be looking at every single package immediately. We're still going to be auditing every single one of them.
Thanks, William. He says, sounds like a great win-win service. I will share this with my boss too. So yes, thank you. We'll send out an email for you to share as well.
Great.
The last question, I guess, from Craig. How long have you been doing this?
We started in 2006 doing this. I was a shipper myself, the first company I started. We did a lot of FedEx and UPS shipping, and I kind of looked for a service I heard about a service doing this, and I signed up with them, and I gave them all my information, and for about 4 months, they never did anything for me, never got me any refunds, so I started kind of looking at myself, learned the rules of what's late and what's not, looking at my own invoices. I started out with an Excel spreadsheet, just tracking and estimating everything by hand, started finding refunds these guys weren't, kind of moved over to a small database program, found a database programmer, hired them on, just seeing if it was a viable business. In 2006, we basically opened our doors to auditing other people's accounts and been going ever since. So we're coming up on our 10th year anniversary here in June.
Great, awesome.
Anything else?
Joe is asking, I assume that U.S. Postal is not included. That's correct, right?
No, we do not do USPS. I believe now you still have to go to the post office to get a refund for that. You still have to go stand in line.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think if you guys don't have any other questions, As I said, we will be sending out email with the recording of the webinar and details for how to sign up, or if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to either me or Brian. We'll share contact, and hope this was useful and something that you can consider, and let us know if any questions. So again, thank you all for your time. Hope to see you soon. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Brian.
All right. Have a good day.